So you're thinking about moving to Fayetteville, North Carolina? Well, in this video, we're going to take you on a little tour of the city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. That way you'll know exactly where Fayetteville, North Carolina sits on the map. But you want to stick around to the end of the video so you don't miss any of the important information that we want to share with you about this great city. Now, if this is your first time to our channel, you want to go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will be the first to receive all of the important information about the current market about the great city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. My name is Michelle Capers and my husband is Smiley Capers, and we are the owners of Moving Forward Real Estate. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and pass this video over to him, and then he's going to give you that map tour, and we're going to get at it right now.
I'm going to start off here with Fayetteville, North Carolina. Anybody who's associated with the military, yep, you know where Fayetteville is. Probably been there a couple of times. Home of Fort Bragg, home of the 82nd Airborne Division. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right, so here we have city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And as I stated earlier, you have Fort Bragg here to the northwest. Pretty large city. You see the subdivisions of Fayetteville. Westover, Terry Sanford, Erin Hills, Douglasburg, all subdivisions of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Now, there are other subdivisions within Fayetteville. These are the, I guess, the well-known that they made it to the map here. So as you can see, as we scroll in a little bit closer, Fayetteville has everything that a city would need to have to be considered a city, I guess, in most people's mind. You got the mall, definitely a Lowe's, Walmart, and so we have Cross Creek Mall, your Home Depot, a lot of your major supermarkets, big box stores, home improvement stores. Fayetteville has it all. Plenty of places to eat, from Asian cuisine to Italian. You know, you got your mainstream restaurants. Red Lobster, recently, within the last couple of years, opened up a Lone Star. What is there to do in Fayetteville? Well, the airport is situated just to the south of the city of Fayetteville, so your travel time to the airport is minimal if you live in the Fayetteville area. Now, depending on where you live and depending on traffic, I would say anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes will be your drive to the Fayetteville Regional Airport. Okay, 71st to the airport. All right, computer's moving a little slow here. It's about 5 miles, roughly from point in 71st subdivision to the Fayetteville Airport. You're looking at about a 20-minute drive, depending on where you are. Not close. Obviously, if you live closer to the city center, your drive will be a lot less. Drive time will be minimal. All right, let us look at the drive time from Fort Bragg. Again, Fort Bragg is just outside the city of Fayetteville, so depending on where you live and depending on the traffic patterns, obviously morning during the weekday, anytime from 6 o'clock really until about 9:30. Traffic is going to be heavy going to the post. Obviously, military personnel, civilian workforce that's on post will be traveling to work during that time. And then again during the between 4 and 5 o'clock, roughly about that time. Some units get off a little bit earlier, but that's generally the time frame you're going to see a lot of traffic coming from Fort Bragg. And this will most likely be the main route for a lot of traffic going directly to Fayetteville. Now, they opened up this 295 corridor about, say maybe 5 or more years ago. So this alleviates a lot of traffic with those who live in the surrounding towns of Rayford and Spring Lake, so that they don't have to go through the city of Fayetteville to get home. Now they can hit this 295 bypass, and it takes them to Rayford, which is to the west, down 401, Rayford. It's this way. A lot of people live in Rayford. We'll get into that. That's our next map video, so we'll talk a little bit about Rayford during that time. But as you can see, Fayetteville centrally located. One other thing I wanted to bring out here, this would be considered downtown Fayetteville, the city center. As you can see, many of you who've been to Fayetteville know what that is, the market house in the center of Fayetteville. A lot of history. I won't get into that in this particular video, but definitely something worth looking into, the history of the market house and Fayetteville itself. Plenty of places to eat. Now, Fayetteville generally closes down, I'd say, between 9 and 10 o'clock, especially after COVID. A lot of businesses, restaurant businesses, are starting to close at 9 and 10 o'clock, and that's pretty much been consistent until now. 9, 10 o'clock is usually the time most of these restaurants will close down. A lot of businesses. You have those that are open until 11. I think 11 is generally the cutoff during the week. Now, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, that is pushed back. Those that close at 10 will usually stay open an hour later or during the weekend. So something you want to keep in mind if you get the munchies after 10 o'clock during the week, then there's not going to be much open other than your 24-hour McDonald's, some other fast food restaurants. All right, plenty of things to do, activities in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Definitely a couple of parks here that you see on the map. We will take a look at the one of my go-to websites, Within Hours, which is a website that shows you can put how many hours within the distance from the city you would like to check out, and it will show you the cities within 2 hours, places, parks, things to do within 2 hours of that city. So here we go with, let's go back up to the top here. So this is Fayetteville, North Carolina, places to visit within 2 hours from Fayetteville. Here you go, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, a couple of beaches to the southeast, Carolina Beach, Whitesville Beach is in that 2 hour window as well. You got an aquarium at Fort Fisher. Bald Head Island. I don't think I've ever been there, but that might be a place to check out if you're, sounds like a beach of some sort. To the south, you got always Myrtle Beach, just down the road a little bit there. Very high tourist attraction there in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. Northwest, you got Greensboro. Now, and this is just 2 hours. So if you expand that search, then obviously there will be a little bit more for you to explore. But I just chose 2 hours just to give you an idea. So here we go. As you can see on the map, this is where Fayetteville is essentially located. You got the coast here, east coast, the beaches. You got the major cities, Charlotte, Raleigh's just up to the north. You got Greensboro, it's the same one, all within traveling distance of Fayetteville, North Carolina. All right, these are cities, particular cities, just under 2 hours from Fayetteville. Did I miss it? Oh, here's the other one I wanted to look at. Campgrounds. For those of you who like to camp, RV, hop in your RV and take a tour around the United States. If you ever come to Fayetteville, guess what? You're in luck, because there are RV spots in and around Fayetteville within 2 hours. So here, these are the RV parks on the map. Quite a few in North Carolina, and you got a good amount in South Carolina too, just over the border. Fayetteville is approximately 87, just under 90 miles from the North South Carolina border. So quick, about an hour and a half to get from Fayetteville to Florence, which is a little bit just inside the state line. But again, not a long drive to get across the border to South Carolina. So as you can see, definitely plenty of RV spots for camping and having fun out in the wilderness. All right, state parks within 2 hours of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Quite a few. And it's east, south, southwest, and the northwest parks. Definitely, if you're into the outdoor, getting up close and personal with nature, then this is definitely some places you want to check out in Fayetteville. Again, within 2 hours, so definitely a weekend trip that you can take kids or just you and your significant other, you can definitely hop in the car and check out these parks within 2 hours of Fayetteville, North Carolina. All right. Again, I guess they add this in here for, this is interesting, Key West, Florida, 1 hour and 59 minutes from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Now that is a 2-hour plane ride from Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's interesting. So Key West, Florida. Now I would go to Key West, Florida. Now some of these other places, Gatineau, Canada, probably not. Kennebunk, Maine, no, probably not. White Plains, Missouri, no. So again, just on there because, hey, somebody might want to know. But hey, there you have it. All these cities are about a 2-hour plane ride from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And with the regional airport being right there, might not be a bad weekend trip to go down to La Place, Louisiana. That sounds like fun. We'll hop back over to the map. So there you have Fayetteville, North Carolina. If you're thinking about coming to Fayetteville to settle down, whether it's military, work related, or just trying to look for a place, a city that is still that city feel, suburb feel, but you don't have the big city life, the traffic, things of that nature, Fayetteville might be a place to consider. Definitely got the hometown feel. You depending on where you're coming from, some people still call it the country, but hey, it's a slower pace and definitely worth checking out. So until next time, we'll see you soon.
We hope you enjoyed this map tour and that you learned something today as well. And now you should know exactly where Fayetteville, North Carolina sits on that map and everything that's around it. Now, if you're a buyer or a seller or even an investor looking to move to this great city in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and all of our information will be in the description box below. We want to help you make a smooth move to the great city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And as always, we are moving forward one home at a time. We'll see you in the next video.